Did your schools divide you up into houses? Both my primary school and my secondary school did for some reason. At secondary school, they were Ashdown, Beacon, Caburn and Firle, which are all hills in Sussex. But the point being now that where I am is Firle Beacon. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, so and it's the middle of summer, so sunrise was hours ago now. But one of the benefits of being here at the moment is that the sun's not at its full height, and it's a partially cloudy day. So I'm both getting breaks in the sun, but I'm also getting the kind of the clouds moving, the shadow from the clouds rather, moving across the landscape, and that's giving me some quite nice variations in light. Now, the reason I've come here in particular is that a few miles in that direction, so eastwards, is Wilmington, which I did a vlog from a few vlogs ago, or a few months ago in your Earth time. And in that, I made a comment that the South Downs is very, very nice to look at, but it's very difficult to photograph because it's sort of one peak. And while that is true in general, there are a few breaks. There are a few parts where kind of the one part stops and then there's a little bit before another hill starts. And Firle Beacon is the end of one of those. And then so there's a little break over there. So I was actually driving home from that vlog. I was looking to the side, so that was the hill I'd obviously just been on. And then I looked to the other side, so I was going down the A27, which is this main road that you might be able to see going down here. And I thought, well, there's another hill on that side, and if I can get up one side of the hill, I might be able to see the other side of the hill. So that's what I'm doing here. I've come up one side of the hill in order to be able to see that hill over there. So I'm using the Sony A7 III. I've only got one lens, not with me, I've only got one lens, and that is the 50mm. And it is forcing me to think more. It's actually a portrait lens, which is why I got it. Well, it's a lens that's particularly suitable for portraits. But I'm going to try a panorama here with this lone tree. Who can resist a lone tree? I'm hoping there's a root just next to the tree or just behind the tree, my perspective here, and I'm hoping that will provide a bit of a leading line to draw your eye from the tree that's in the foreground and then take you to the sort of the relatively flat midground. But I've got the tree which has got a slight lean to the right, you know, having been brushed by the wind. And I'm using the rule of thirds. I've positioned the trunk on the left third, and roughly where the trunk becomes the foliage on the sort of the bottom third. So that shot is all about the tree. The nice bit about doing it this way is that it's slightly uphill to my destination, but it's all downhill to the car. This is where my gut has led me. I've come to the brow of the hill, or one of the hills, there's loads of hills, and I've come to a point that's high enough that I can see over any fences. I can see all of the landscape. So I've just got to choose my composition. The thing that's really missing is foreground interest, because without that tree, I mean there are trees around. In fact, I could go over there. There's no foreground interest here, so unless the midground is amazing, the composition's not that great. Yeah, I think I'll just try over there. Right, well this is going to be my final attempt at a composition. There are lots of trees here. This is both the best positioned in terms of isolation and also the most interesting looking tree of the ones that I can see here. So that's going to be my foreground interest. Let's give it a go. It's nice up here. I've only seen 2 or 3 people up here. It's a nice place to come. So let me know what you think of the shots, which one's the best, which one's the worst and why. And like and subscribe and all that jazz if you haven't already. And I'll see you again soonish. See, there's no models in this one, is there?